Exploring autistic burnout, understanding its impact and coping strategies. Autistic burnout. It's a term that's often misunderstood and overlooked, yet it plays a significant role in the lives of many autistic individuals. Autistic burnout, in a nutshell, is characterized by chronic exhaustion, a loss of skills, and a reduced tolerance to stimulus. It's like running a marathon with no finish line in sight, a state of constant fatigue and overwhelm that can persist for weeks, months, or even years. But how does it differ from the burnout experienced by neurotypical individuals? Well, while both forms of burnout can result from prolonged stress or overwork, autistic burnout can be more severe and has unique characteristics. It's not just about being tired or feeling stressed. It involves a decline or even loss of abilities that were once manageable, such as talking, walking, or working. It's like the brain's way of saying, I can't keep up with all these demands anymore. And unlike neurotypical burnout, which often improves with rest and self-care, autistic burnout can persist even when the individual tries to slow down or take a break. It's a complex and multifaceted issue that can significantly impact an autistic person's quality of life. Moreover, the effects of autistic burnout can be serious, sometimes leading to suicidal thoughts. It's therefore crucial to recognize and address this issue, not just in ourselves, but also in our friends, family members, and community members who may be on the autism spectrum. In essence, understanding autistic burnout is about recognizing the unique challenges that autistic individuals face and acknowledging the strength it takes to navigate a world that's not always designed with their needs in mind. It's about fostering empathy, promoting acceptance, and striving to create a more inclusive and understanding society. Now that you know what autistic burnout is, let's delve into its causes. What triggers autistic burnout? Let's find out. Autistic burnout, a state of chronic physical and mental exhaustion, can be triggered by a multitude of factors. One of the most significant is the practice of masking or camouflaging. This is when an autistic individual mimics neurotypical behaviors, suppressing their own autistic traits in an effort to fit in. Imagine being in a play and having to perform every single day without any breaks. It's exhausting, right? That's what masking feels like for many on the spectrum. Another trigger is the challenge of meeting social demands. Navigating social situations can be like deciphering a foreign language for autistic individuals. The effort required to interpret and respond to social cues can lead to a significant amount of stress, and ultimately, burnout. Repressing stimming behaviors or self-stimulatory behaviors can also contribute to this burnout. Stimming, which could be anything from hand flapping to rocking, is a natural way for autistic individuals to self-soothe and manage overwhelming environments. Suppressing these behaviors often leads to increased anxiety and stress. Life transitions, whether they're planned or unexpected, can also be a cause. The unpredictability and change associated with these transitions can be particularly challenging for those on the spectrum, who often thrive on routine and predictability. Finally, prolonged periods of stress without relief can lead to burnout. Just like a car running on empty, eventually the body and mind need to refuel. Without breaks to recharge, the constant state of stress can lead to a state of burnout. The impact of these causes can be severe. Masking, for instance, can lead to a loss of identity and an increase in feelings of isolation. It can also result in a decline or even loss of abilities as the individual becomes too exhausted to maintain the performance. Understanding these causes helps us identify the symptoms. So what do these symptoms look like? Autistic burnout manifests differently across age groups. Here's how. Burnout isn't a one-size-fits-all phenomenon, especially when it comes to autism. Let's break it down by age group to get a clearer picture. In children, the signs of autistic burnout can be a bit more subtle, often mixed up with typical childhood tantrums or growing pains. However, there are unique indicators to be aware of. Meltdowns, for instance, may become more frequent or intense. These are not simply tantrums, but overwhelming responses to too much sensory input or emotional stress. Another key sign in children is skill regression. This means a child might suddenly struggle with tasks they previously mastered, like tying their shoes or using certain words. It's as if they've taken a step backward in their development, which can be quite distressing for them and those around them. Gastrointestinal problems are another symptom that may crop up. Children might complain about stomach aches or lose their appetite. While these symptoms could have many causes, in the context of other burnout signs, they may be part of the bigger picture. Now, let's move to teenagers and adults. The burnout symptoms tend to be more emotional and psychological at these stages. Meltdowns and shutdowns still occur, but they may be accompanied by feelings of fear, anger, or depression. The world can seem increasingly overwhelming, leading to a sense of hopelessness or despair. Physical symptoms also become more pronounced. Nausea, headaches, and general fatigue are common. The toll of burnout isn't just mental, it's physical too. A critical thing to remember is that these symptoms can look different from person to person. Autism is a spectrum after all. What's important is to stay alert to changes in behavior, mood, or physical health that might signal burnout. Recognizing these symptoms is the first step towards prevention and management. And remember, understanding is the key to empathy. Let's continue to learn, to understand, and to support each other in the journey. Just quick, your support is everything, so thank you for liking and subscribing. Turn the bell on so you don't miss a thing. Prevention is better than cure, especially with autistic burnout. So let's dive into some strategies to prevent this burnout from happening and how to manage it if it does occur. Firstly, it's essential to recognize the early signs of autistic burnout. These signs might include increased sensitivity to stimuli like bright lights or loud noises, or issues with executive functioning such as difficulty with planning, organizing, or multitasking. It's like your senses are on overdrive and your brain is trying to juggle too many things at once. Now, onto some management strategies. One effective method is changing the environment. This could mean dimming lights, reducing noise, or creating a calm, comfortable space where you can retreat when things become overwhelming. Hydrotherapy, which involves using water for pain relief and treatment, can also be beneficial. Whether it's a warm bath, a cool swim, or just a simple shower, water can have a calming effect on the senses. Deep breathing is another strategy that can help manage burnout. It's as simple as it sounds. Taking slow, deep breaths can help to reduce stress and promote relaxation. Pet therapy is another excellent option. The companionship and unconditional love of a pet can provide immense comfort and relief. Exercise as well is a great way to manage stress and burnout. It doesn't have to be anything strenuous. A short walk, some gentle yoga, or even just a little stretching can do wonders for your well-being. Speaking of yoga, this ancient practice combines physical postures, breathing exercises, and meditation to promote physical and mental health. It can be a powerful tool in managing autistic burnout. These strategies are not just about dealing with burnout when it happens, but also about preventing it in the first place. By recognizing the early signs and implementing these strategies, you can help to mitigate the impact of autistic burnout. These strategies are great for immediate relief, but how can we manage this in the long term? Stay tuned to find out. Let's talk long term. Long-term management of autistic burnout requires a holistic approach. Firstly, let's talk about rest. The importance of rest cannot be overstated. It's not just about getting enough sleep at night, but also about taking breaks throughout the day and allowing yourself to simply be without any demands or expectations. Next, engaging in restful activities can be a game changer. This could be anything that brings you joy and calm, be it painting, reading a book, taking a gentle walk in nature, or even just listening to your favorite music. It's about giving yourself permission to take time for activities that replenish your energy. Getting natural light is another key component. Sunlight is not just good for our physical health, providing essential vitamins, but it is also vital for our mental well-being. So try to spend some time outdoors each day, or if that's not possible, sit by a window where you can soak up some sunshine. Avoiding stressors is crucial too. We all have certain things that trigger our stress response. Identifying these and finding ways to minimize their impact can make a world of difference. Honoring one's autism is about accepting and embracing your unique neurology. It's about recognizing that you have specific strengths and challenges, and it's okay to be different. It's about letting go of the pressure to conform to neurotypical norms and instead celebrating who you are. Knowing your personal triggers is essential for preventing burnout. These could be anything from loud noises to crowded places or even certain social situations. Once you know your triggers, you can create strategies to manage them. Creating accommodations for yourself is another important step. This could mean adjusting your work schedule, creating a quiet space at home, or using sensory tools to help manage sensory overload. Planning for stressful situations can help you navigate them more effectively. This could involve rehearsing a social interaction or having a plan in place for when you start to feel overwhelmed. Lastly, educating others about your needs can help create a more understanding and supportive environment. This could be as simple as explaining that you need more time to process information, or that you find certain environments challenging. With these strategies, managing autistic burnout becomes more achievable. Remember, you are not alone in this journey.